Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome to the University Writing Center's APA-style video series. This is the last video of the series, which will guide you in creating an APA-style reference page. If you would like to skip ahead or move backward in this video, use the table of contents located below the video. Closed captioning can be turned on by clicking the CC icon located on the bottom right of the video. The main topics covered in this video are why create a reference page, how to create a reference entry, and how to create the reference page. The end of the video will also offer other resources that can help you master APA style. Other videos in this series offer a brief introduction to APA style and more specific aspects of citation, such as paper formatting and in-text citations. A reference page is a list of all the sources used in your paper. Typically, the reference page will be created gradually as you accumulate sources for the paper. It will also help you develop your in-text citations. Reference pages make up an important component of your paper, providing the reader vital information about the sources cited in the paper, such as where the source can be found. There are several rules for creating reference entries. The conventions of a reference entry are dependent on the type of source you are citing, meaning that a book citation will look a little different from a web article citation. Now I will introduce you to a few basic citations, and then we will go through some examples of them together. First, let's look at how to cite a book with one author. According to APA, we would list the author's last name followed by their first initial. The year of publication goes in parentheses, finally followed by the title of the book in italics. Finally, we add the place of publication and the publisher. Notice the specific use of punctuation. For example, a comma separates the author's last name and first initial with a period at the end. Essentially, each primary component of the citation is separated by periods: the author name, year of publication, title, and publication information. In addition, every line after the first line is indented, per APA conventions. Let's try another citation. In addition to citing an entire book, you may also choose to cite a specific chapter. According to APA, we would list the author's last name, followed by their first initial. The year of publication goes in parentheses, finally followed by the chapter title. Next, you would indicate where the chapter was found, what book it was found in, the editor's first initial and last name, followed by eds in parentheses, and the title of the book in italics, and the page numbers of the chapter follow. Finally, we add the place of publication and the publisher. Again, notice the specific use of punctuation and the indentation conventions. The citation for a journal article is similar to that of a book chapter, with a few differences. Just like when citing a book chapter, journal articles are cited by listing the author's last name and first initial, followed by the year of publication and the title of the article. Next, you would indicate the journal title, where the article was found, as well as the identifying information of the journal, including the volume number, issue number, page numbers, and digital object identifier number, or DOI, if applicable. Similarly, to cite an article from an online magazine, you would list the author's last name and first initial, year and month of publication, the title of the work, and the title of the magazine, respectively. Additionally, you would indicate the volume number, issue number, and the URL where you retrieved the article from. If the article can be easily found by searching the host site, simply provide the homepage URL. If the article is difficult to locate on its host site, include the full URL. Sometimes you will come across an article on a website or web magazine that does not list an author. If this occurs, you would simply provide the information that is available. Typically, this would include the title of the work, the year of publication, retrieval date, and URL. According to APA, you need to include the retrieval date for sources that may change over time. Now that we've covered the basics on how to create a reference entry in APA style, let's review the rules for putting the entries together on the references page. References always start on a new page at the end of your paper. The references title should be placed at the top center of the page. Finally, sources should be organized in alphabetical order by last name. I have created a reference page using the various citations we have gone over in this video. Notice that each entry is double-spaced and indented after the first line, and most importantly, that entries are organized alphabetically. Since the new child vaccine article has no author name listed, its order is determined by the first letter of its title, making it appear second on the list. Let's quickly review what this video has covered. Reference pages make up an important component of your paper, providing the reader vital information about the sources cited in the paper, such as where the source can be found. The conventions of a reference entry are dependent on the type of source you are citing, meaning that a book citation will look a little different from a web article citation. As such, it is important to understand the basic rules of sources that you will typically cite, such as books, journal articles, or web articles. Finally, the reference page is always the last page of your paper, and sources should be listed alphabetically by author name. For additional resources, visit our website, linked in the description. U of L community members can also visit the University Writing Center in person or virtually, download our handout on APA style, and read our frequently asked questions. We recommend two related to citation. What does it mean to cite using MLA, APA, or Chicago styles? And how can I avoid plagiarizing?